We just got tired of pulling stuck pivots out, and we saw this product, and we figured we'd give it a try, and ever since the first one, we're sold.
The turning point for me is in the first part of August or late July when it's 110, digging pivots out of the mud. After you do that so many times, you're ready to make a change, and RAAFT tracks have a good reputation and good salespeople that we trust.
The moment that we decided to go with RAAFT tracks, in a field of alfalfa, we were starting to harvest on the contour with the tracks. Local dealer brought us a set out, put them on, closed the tracks, made one pass with them, sold, done deal. Got the rest for the rest of the system, and that's how it began.
We've had our pivots about 7 years, and we put tracks on them right away. We do have alfalfa. We do some custom swathing and baling. After a couple years, you always have to cut with the pivot tracks. With my RAAFT tracks, I don't have to do that. That's the reason we put the RAAFT tracks on to begin with when we got the pivots.
I had a new swing arm fell in the trench that they trenched it in, and the complete 24-inch tire and RAAFT tracks were under the mud, and it walked out on its own without having to be pulled out.
Even when I have to get rid of a lot of water in a short amount of time, I don't see the ruts that I used to have, and it makes harvesting a lot more enjoyable for the operators of the equipment.
When we're doing alfalfa, you do not have to bounce through the tracks. It's much easier on the equipment, whether it be the swather, the rake, or the baler, or picking up the hay. You just can go anywhere in the field, and there's just not a track there.
And with the RAAFT tracks, we generally get away with maybe 2-inch tracks for the year, so when our pivots don't get stuck, this is the best thing we've found.
There's 33 passes across this ground. Visibly, you see where the crop is drove down, but no pivot track. That's how simple it is.
A couple hours with several guys, and you can have an entire pivot done. It's absolutely easy installation and maintenance free.
Very simple. Pull the wheels off, flip the tracks on, 2-man system. Not very difficult at all.
You can pull a stuck pivot out, put them on mid-season, and go right back to water, and they're by far the easiest to put on.
Actions speak louder than words. The simplest. Look where it's been, and look what it does. That's the simplest way to explain to them, and they can all take a look, and it will sell itself.
If I were to plant another alfalfa field under a pivot, I would definitely have RAAFT tracks on the pivot from the beginning, just because of the savings and the convenience of cutting the field and not having the bouncing through the tracks with the swather or the baler or the rake.
And it just has eliminated a lot of the maintenance I have to do, whether it be rocking the track, to fix the problem, or going and pulling the pivot out of the mud. I just haven't seen that as problems that I used to see before the RAAFT tracks were installed.
They're easy to put on, they cut less tracks than anything else, and they last just as long as anything else out there. So I wouldn't put anything on but RAAFT.